Hey kids. Originally I had planned on today's video being about Liberamancer Blackluster Soldier, and while the deck did what it did very often, I didn't feel like what it did was really worth showing off, so instead of that, I'm uploading a video on my most recent build of Ogdoadic. My last Ogdo build was focused on using the Ogdo cards to establish Utopia end wards more efficiently than Utopia itself does, but the Utopia engine took up a large chunk of the extra deck, and if I ever have to look at Pegasus Twin Saber in my opening hand ever again, I will shit. So I pivoted to an engine that took up less space and was much more resilient, even if it came to the cost of a weaker end board, and that was Tzolkin. To bridge from a standard Ogdo combo to Tzolkin, I went ahead and included a Mathmech package, which can convert the non-tuners of Night Sword Serpent and Noya into a tuner in diameter and a non-tuner in circular, allowing you to make Diabolantis and convert that into Tzolkin using the curse still on field. I won't bother you more with the details, so let's just get right into the games. This first replay isn't really a good showcase of my deck, really. This is more just like I queued into a random game on Edo Pro and took so much psychic damage from my opponent's deck that I had to share it. This is branded Dark Magician Ritual. I've lost the die roll. They're going to start with Preparation of Rites, grabbing Incantation Chalice Sign, then they're going to activate Branded Fusion. I'm going to Ash that because it's Branded Fusion. Then the normal Diviner, and I'll Veiler that because I have no fucking clue what to expect at this point. They're going to send Dark Magician for Magician Souls to special summon Dark Magician, activate Chalice Lime, summoning Candle, realize that they don't have another target for Candle, and then they'll disconnect. For our next game, we'll be going up against Blue Eyes. It's Blue Eyes White Dragons. You know what? Yeah, it's Blue Eyes. It's all the cards you would expect from, like, somebody who just found out what EDO Pro is. Like, it's Blue Eyes. They've got one Ghost Ogre, one Ash Blossom. Why do you need any more? Why do you need any more? Anyways, we're going to start off with Water Lily. We've opened really bunk. We're going to activate Zoha and Grave, pitching the Curse to add itself back to hand, then normal to Zoha. We're going to Circular, pitch Nabla to special summon itself, and then special Coatl because we control a Dark Reptile and Zoha. Then we'll make Alimbertion, chain blocking the Alimbertion effect with Circular to add Superfactorial, and then add Diameter. Then we'll activate Alimbertion to special summon the Diameter, and make King of the Fair Limbs. King of the Fair Limbs is going to grab Noya. Noya is going to grab Aaron. Then we will tribute off the King of the Fair Limbs for Curse. Curse is going to summon back Noya. We have already used Water Lily, so it is going to be a little crusty. We're going to activate Serpent Strike, pitching Ash to bring back Coatl. And then from there, we'll overlay for Strenna. We'll just tribute both of those off for Aaron, trigger Strenna, and that'll summon Teardrop, attaching a Strenna for it to detach at instant speed. Then we'll go ahead and set Superfactorial. They'll bingo Machine Go for Blue Eyes White Dragon, and American Sniper. It's out of there. We're going to activate Serpent Strike to mill. They're going to chain Twin Twisters to force outer back row. We'll Superfactorial, which was going to go ahead and make Lipflation. Like a dumbass, by the way, like a dumbass, I use Laplacian's effect to protect the Superfactorial from being destroyed again, because I am very smart. Anyways, we're going to rip Chaos Form out of their hand. They're going to activate Rise of the Dragon Lords. That'll bring back Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we're just going to go ahead and tribute that right away. We'll gain some attack points, and with only a greater polymerization, our opponent will concede. For our next replay, we'll be going up against Fossil Fusion. We are on the play here, and we've opened Snake Rain, so we'll go ahead and pitch Zoha, and here, because we already had the Zoha, we get to use Alasia as our fourth mill, which means that we can go ahead and make Alasia, and then pitch this Snake Rain to special summon the other Alasia, and make the Zombie Vampire before we commit to anything. Our opponent is going to Ash this. Why they didn't Ash Snake Rain is beyond me, but I accept. Anyways, we're going to tribute off the Zombie Vampire for Curse. They'll get back an Ash Blossom. We're going to activate Curse to summon back Noya. Noya is going to grab Water Lily. We're going to special summon Nunu, and then overlay for King of the Fair Limbs, which will detach to add Noya. We'll pitch Noya and mill Aaron, then activate Water Lily, milling Night Sword Serpent and summoning Zoha. We're going to summon a Night Sword Serpent and then tribute both King of the Fair Limbs and Zoha for Aaron. Aaron is going to let us search. They're going to draw. We're going to go ahead and rip the Fossildyne out of their hand. Then we're going to summon Diameter and then overlay for Albert. Albert's going to grab Circular. Circular's going to send Nabla. We're going to tribute off Albert for another copy of Nabla. Circular here is going to grab Superfactorial. Then we'll make Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis, sending Rika Princess. Activate Diabolantis, the Menacing Mantis to make itself tuner. Set Superfactorial after making Tzolkin, and that'll give us a Crystal Wing. Our opponent is going to draw a Dark Hole for turn. They're going to activate Fossil Fusion, and we're going to go ahead and Super Factorial, so that way they can't banish any of our names. We'll make Laplation, and they will be banishing the Atalantis. They're to make Skull Convoy. We're going to go ahead and rip that Dark Hole, as well as the Skull Convoy, which allows us to add Noya back from our grave. They're going to set one card and activate Miracle Rupture. We'll negate that, and they will concede. For our next game, we have lost a die roll against Rescue Ace. Then normal summon Airlifter, search HQ, activate HQ, then set two copies of Solemn Judgment, and pass. We are going to rip a Veiler. This is a very awkward hand. We're going to pitch Noya for Curse, then Alasia, equipping Noya, then tribute off Alasia for Curse. Curse is going to attempt to bring back Noya. Then they're going to tribute off Airlifter for Monitor. We are going to get Noya and search for a copy of Serpent Strike, and they are going to use Monitor to grab Extinguish. And I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like every time I see this card in my mind, I'm reading the card names in like the Lego City voice, you know the one. We're going to add Serpent Strike. Serpent Strike is going to be activated. We'll pitch Night Sword Serpent for Alasia, then overlay for the Zombie Vampire. They're going to Judgment the Zombie Vampire. Completely acceptable. We'll Water Lily, milling the Night Sword Serpent, and Night Sword Serpent is going to summon itself. Unfortunately, we were one reptile short. We're going to make Alimbertion. Alimbertion is going to detach 2 to add a Mathemech card. They're going to tag the Monitor for Airlifter. We're going to mill. They're going to search. They get Rescue. We are going to send the Aaron. We're going to special Circular, then tribute for Nabla. That's going to get a Super Factorial. Then Nabla's going to summon Diameter, and now we'll Synchro Summon Dragite, which will face another Solemn Judgment. We'll set Super Factorial and pass. They're going to Shotgun Harpy's Feather Duster, and we will Super Factorial. Here, I did remember to not protect the Super Factorial. We're going to remove Airlifter from the field, hit the HQ. They're going to try to rescue. We'll negate that. And that puts them on an Extinguish that they can't activate, so they'll concede. And for our last game, we'll be going up against Ritual Dogmatika. We have finally opened Nunu, so we'll go ahead and send Zoha, then pitch Alasia to add back Zoha. We are going to be taking the gamble that our opponent doesn't have any interruption here. Normally, we would be pitching a Veiler or something. Anyways, we're going to special summon back Nunu and overlay for King the Fair Lips. King the Fair Lips is going to grab Noya. Noya is going to be pitching Curse. Curse is going to be tributing the King to special itself, and then also special summoning Nunu. Nunu here is going to be grabbing Water Lily. We're going to activate Water Lily, milling Night Sword Serpent, and bring back King of the Fair Lips. Night Sword Serpent is going to special summon itself and make Alimbertion. Alimbertion is going to detach 2 to search a Mathemech card. We're going to grab Circular. Circular is going to send Nabla. We have a special summon Circular. We're going to tribute off Curse for Nabla. Nabla is going to, being summoned, is going to grab Super Factorial through Circular. We're going to make Utopic Draco feature, then tribute off Nabla for Diameter. Diameter here is going to go ahead and synchro with the Circular for a copy of Dragite. We're going to set Super Factorial. In draw phase, they are going to fire Cosmic Cyclone, so we're going to chain the Super Factorial, which they have forced out to summon Laplation. Not the way I wanted it to happen, but we are still going to hand Luke them for 1 and get a negate. We're going to hit the Fleur de Lis. We're going to summon Ecclesia. Ecclesia is going to attempt to activate. We will negate and steal. They're going to activate Nadir serving. We're going to negate with Laplation, and with a Macabre that they can't activate, they will concede. God, I love Ogdoadic so much. I love the aesthetic. I love the combo structure. I love the nonsense. You can just jam. I love the generic tools afforded to reptiles in exchange for just not having more than one good reptile monster. And I love how every time I take a look at the deck again, I find something new that makes me just so excited to play the deck. It's really the best kind of feeling.